basic, right? And it's not too exciting. And when you hear the show, you're like, wow, they do that when they practice those long notes, right? That's so important. I tell the students, and I'll tell you, it's just like, it's the basics, it's the fundamentals. The better they can play that whole note. If you can play a perfect whole note, perfectly in tune with a perfect beginning, middle, and end, you got it. You got it. All those fast notes, that's easy. That's nothing, right? That's the tough stuff right there. So we spend a lot of time just working the basics, okay? We're going to play one more song for you in our arts. This is our warm-up chorale that we use before any competition. It's from a show we did way back when, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. We did the planets, and this is the chorale from Jupiter by Gustav Holst.
Set with your horns down.
All my captains, all my drum majors, come up here on the track. We want to do a quick introduction. We heard from some of you. I definitely do not do this all by myself, and I rely heavily upon students to take charge, take ownership of the group, and to lead all the different sections of the band. All right, make a line. Just like we practiced. Let's go. We didn't practice this. All right, for the flutes and the piccolos this year, we have Megan Lovejoy. And clarinets, we got Michael Cabuto. Section leader for the alto saxophones, also a woodwind captain this year, Vivek Chandra. Our low reed section leader, which is tenor sax, bari sax, and bass clarinet, Andrew Meskill. For the trumpet section, we got Matt Hassick. And for the mellophone section, also a record-breaking year for the mellophones. We're going to be marching 9 mellophones. We don't even own 9 mellophones. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out. Section leader and brass captain, Carly Green. For the low brass, that's baritones and tubas, Jackson Kramer. For the battery this year, we've heard from her earlier, Kaya Gulak. Our front ensemble section leader, Ryan Thibodeau. Our color guard captain, Sierra Woods. And then we have our 3 drum majors this year. In her first year as drum major, in her junior year, Kristen Grabner. Also in his first year as drum major, in his senior year, Nick Pavuto. And coming back for the second year in a row, he did such a good job the first time we decided to bring him back. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryan McNulty. All right, the band is going to go and get set up in set 0. That's the very first set that we learned. It's not quite the opening of our show, but it's what we learned first. Like I said, I can't do it by myself. I rely heavily on students, but also staff, and some of them are sitting up here, and I'm going to call out their names, and if you want to stand up and give a little wave to the crowd, that'd be awesome. And let me just say to all you guys right now, and I'm talking to you guys right here in the front, I want to thank you so much for the past 2 weeks, and for some of you, like the past 11 years, doing band here at New Milford. And I got to tell you, they don't do it for the money, okay? If they do, then, oh man, I'm going to have a talk. They do it for the love of activity, they do it for the love of teaching kids, and they do a fantastic job. So, first of all, right in our drill again this year, he was over here, I don't know where he went, it was George Maloney. There he is, there's George. The visual staff, music staff, they're the ones out on the field teaching docs and where to go on the field and how to play. We have Gina Perosa, Zach Whitlock, Rachel Rubino, she's new this year. She's actually worked with Winter Percussion. She's not here tonight, so Rachel, we thank you. Yeah, we can clap for her. And then taking on more responsibility this year and really stepping up his game, kind of into like an assistant band director role, and I truly appreciate that, Mr. Tim Pohemus. Then we have percussion. Percussion just does a fantastic job. First of all, we talked about all the electronics and everything, and so our sound engineer, doesn't that sound awesome? We have a sound engineer. Crazy. Drew Perrier, everybody. Where's he? Oh, he's working. Tim Pearson and Rob Carlucci wrote the music for the Battery this year. Let's give them a round of applause. And new to the program, but they're young and excited. They have lots of playing experience, and they're doing a fantastic job. We got Gavin Housley and Everett Thomas. Longtime members of the staff in the front ensemble, Dave Paradis and Brianna Bannock. And our awesome guard staff this year, they've been here for, I think, the past 3 or 4 years. Allie DeBurs, Ronnie Woods, and Taylor Davis. It takes a lot. And so they are now set up in the opening set, kind of, for our show. Our show is called Mirage. It's an Egyptian theme. It's based off the music of 3 songs. Maybe you've heard of them. And if you haven't, I would encourage you to go out there and listen to the actual original versions of these songs. Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov, Dance Bacchanal by Saint Saul, and Arabesque by Samuel Arhazo are the 3 songs that are used throughout this year's show. And with that, I think we are ready to go. But we're going to run the metronome to the back of the field. We're going to walk the metronome to the back of the field. And we use them, I mean, just look at how wide they are spread out on the field, right? From like the 20 to the 20. That's a lot. I'm bad at math. But we use the metronome to just get everybody on the same page. So we're going to use it for the beginning, and then we're going to cut them loose and see how we do. All right? Walking on back, Mr. Pohemus. Take your time. It's fine. It's totally fine. As long as we don't see the team,